Welcome, Aisha. I'm glad we can go through this call as well. And obviously, you've been smashing it in the high ticket sales space in a very short amount of time. So I just wanted to jump on a quick call with yourself, just talk about your journey, how is that going for you, and hopefully it will help the wider audience out there as well. So if anyone doesn't know you, who is Aisha? And then we'll get started.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so glad to hop on this call and share my journey with you. So I am Aisha Panta. I'm 23 years old and I live in Kathmandu, and I started my high ticket sales journey towards the end of 2025. So yeah, and now I'm here.
Okay, cool. How are you finding it so far, high ticket sales?
Finding it great. I didn't think something like this was actually attainable and doable, being in Nepal, right? This is quite a small country, so yeah, I'm actually finding it very good.
Oh, that's amazing. And obviously I can see that, you're doing really well as well. And how did you hear about high ticket sales? Let's go right back, right into the very beginning, because I know you've got a bit of an interesting story,
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
how did you high ticket sales?
So yeah, I actually saw Sadiq Chav's post. So, and I used to follow her, right? And I saw you, and then I stalked you. No, I think I saw you earlier as well in TikTok, speaking about high ticket sales. But then I was like, he's just some other dude who is just doing this, and I just didn't think it was legit, right? And then it just kept popping up, and then yeah, and then after that I saw you in Sadiq Shah's post as well, and I thought okay, I think this guy is actually onto something. And that's when I saw Priyasha's interview or podcast with you, and she's someone I know from college. So I just thought, okay, this might be actually legit. This can be actually doable. If she's able to do it, then why not me? So that's why I just booked the call. I think it was in midnight. I remember very clearly. I was just doom scrolling in midnight, and I just texted Scarecrow hey, I need to book a call, and that's how it happened.
No, that's amazing. And you've got any sales experience in the past or no?
Not at all. So actually, I come from nursing background. I just recently graduated from Bachelor's of Science in Nursing, and I was waiting for my results, and I really didn't want to do anything in this nursing space or medical space, because I just didn't feel like that's for me. So when I was in the leave and I had so much time, I just felt okay, I think I should try something out, and if it actually works out, I will not have to go back to the toxic health environment.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm not too sure about the health environment because I don't have much experience in there, but
Right.
obviously you've got experience in that field. And just touching upon high ticket sales as well, have you heard about it before from any other individuals, or is it strictly myself?
Not at all. It was just completely through you. It was completely new to me. I didn't even know what high ticket sales was before I actually joined Scarecrow Academy. I had not done my research or anything at all.
Yeah, no, yeah, I think yeah, definitely not a lot of people did know about high ticket sales, and I'm glad that most people do know it now. I mean, I think a lot of people knows about it anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, because there's quite a lot of people doing it inside our private community, so I think the word has spread, a little bit. So, just in your context, right? When you heard about high ticket sales, what did you actually think it was initially?
Yeah, so I thought it was something selling something. I have to sell something. I have to just find these people and sell something. I just thought that, but when I watched more of your videos, I think you said there's these people who are trying to sell something, and you just go in the middle and help them do that, and you make commissions off of it. So I was okay, so maybe it's that, but I was still not clear what it is and how it actually works until I actually joined the academy and attended all the live calls and everything.
Because most people think it's very complex,
Right.
sales, and they think it's physically selling products. So
Right.
in your experience, can you just briefly explain to individuals what high ticket sales is? Yeah, we'll take it from there.
Right. Okay. So I'll just explain it in a way how I feel like it's going to be easier for everyone to understand. So high ticket sales is basically you're selling tickets, right? So there's an offer owner who's trying to sell fitness or relationship or anything coaching. You're basically selling coaching, right? And there's a lot of people who are trying to get that coaching or buy that coaching, but there's no way the offer owner can connect with all of these people who are trying to buy the gym mentorship or like any coaching mentorship, right? That's when a better or closer who's doing high ticket sales just comes in between and helps these people to connect with the offer owner and just make the process smoother and get into that mentorship. So it's basically selling mentorship or coaching, the one-on-one mentorship, and it can be like in any niche. It may be like fitness or like Airbnb investment. There's just a lot of coaching businesses. So yeah. I don't know if I made that clear, but
no, it was pretty clear. Essentially, you're like the middle person,
right,
bridging that gap. And the beauty about high ticket sales, like I'm sure you agree as well, is like you're speaking to people that are already interested in what you're doing. So you're not doing any cold calling,
chasing and all that.
Anything. You're speaking with people that are interested in terms of joining. You're just giving them that extra push.
Right.
Main important thing is you are genuinely changing people's lives, because
right.
Like these mentorships, these coaching programs, right? It genuinely does teach them a valuable lesson.
Yeah.
So you're just giving them that extra bump on why, it's going to be a good fit for them. If they are a good fit, if they're not, then you don't have to sell them as well. So, it's just solely depending on the individual and if you can really help them out or not. So, yeah, cool. And I understand that, you've managed to secure quite a few roles for yourself as well. So how was that process, like in terms of landing your first role?
Yeah, so landing my first role was really frustrating for me, because if I had not landed a good role, I would have to go back to the hospital. There was like no other options for me. Like it was just these two options. So I was trying very hard to like find a good role. I did find a role through Facebook, but it turned out to not be very legit. That was cold calling, but I'm still very grateful that I got that role, because I actually learned a lot from that role, because cold calling just teaches you a lot of like patience and rejection and all that. So I did that for like 14 or 15 days. I obviously did not get paid at all, but I was still grateful for the experience. And I just wrapped that journey up, and I was finding some other roles, and then I think I landed another role, but then that guy also like kept me on a hook and didn't really get me started, right? So that's when I was like, no, I just have to like find a good offer. And I was trying to like apply to all these application forms and everything. And then someone from Scalper Academy itself, he sent me these applications, and he was like, hey, I think like you'd be great in this, you should apply. And I was just applying like 3-4 forms that he sent me, and luckily I got reached out to by someone from that offer and asked for an interview, and she just interviewed me and she asked for my experience, and I was like honest with her. I said, I don't have inbound calling experience, I only have cold calling experience. But I think she liked my personality, or I don't, because I was pretty new, and I was very clear that I was a beginner, right? But then she still saw something in me and she hired me, and now I'm here, and it's a legit offer, and I'm very grateful that I'm a part of that team.
No, that's amazing. And obviously, would you have said that if you wanted to do it alone, you would be where you're at right now?
Not at all. Not at all.
Why would you say that?
Obviously you have to follow this like structured roadmap, right? I had no idea what high ticket sells, so there was no way I would be actually able to find out what to do like after this. I've learned what is high ticket sales, but what next, right? But with like Scalper Academy and you'll just give us the structured roadmap, or like just phases of what to do after I do something, right? So I would say it would have taken me a year and not 2 months if I had actually gone down the I'm just gonna figure out by myself route. Because obviously when you're doing it with someone who has already done it, you don't have to do the mistakes that they've already done in the past, right? You don't have to reinvent the wheel again.
Yeah, 100%. I think the one thing about yourself as well, and why you're hitting these results, is because with yourself as well, you are proactive, right? You go out there and you find these roles where you're not waiting for opportunities to come at you. And I know a lot of people that are out there that always say to themselves, I'm going to do this, like, you know, in the next couple of months, or opportunity will come in my way. I don't know when, but it will come. And then they just end up waiting for the rest of their life, and nothing never really changes. So one thing about yourself was you was very proactive. And even like initially, like you was always constantly messaging me on WhatsApp. Well, I still remember it.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's good. And that's the hunger that you ultimately need, you know, and that's what differentiates yourself as well. So how's that offer going anyway? Like in terms of the current offers you're in right now?
Yeah, so the offer is basically a content creation mentorship. The offer is great. So it is a US-based company, and the ICP is like females. They're selling this content creation mentorship to women, and I actually like resonated with it very much. I actually like content creation very much, and I really wanted to work with women because I get a little bit intimidated by men. So I actually wanted to be in a like team of women, and it's a dream team. Like all of us, all of the setters are women, and we have this daily meetings like where I'm just constantly improving my skill. It helps with my mindset. It just has helped me a lot to like grow as a person, and like personally, financially, emotionally, like everything. So I'm very grateful that I'm there.
No, that's amazing. And let's say if you hadn't done Skill Pro Academy, right? You hadn't heard about high ticket sales. What would you be doing right now? I think I know what your answer is going to be anyway.
Right. Yeah, I've told you that as well earlier as well. It would be a nightmare for me. Like someone constantly up in my like air or telling me to like do something in this way or that way, and I have very little patience. So I just know I would have been very bad in like hospital. I would have been like exhausted, burnt out, and financially not doing well because I like to do a lot of shopping. So that would not have like fueled it anyways. And yeah, my sleep schedule would have been like shit. And yeah, it would just be a nightmare.
And would you, like, you can be honest with me, would you genuinely say that high ticket sales has like changed your life? It sounds a bit cringy. It sounds a bit cringy, but would you genuinely say it's changed your life?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I have that freedom. I don't have to go to the office. I don't have to worry about like leaves or anything. I can just work on my own terms as long as I'm doing the work, right? So yeah, it's just I have that freedom. And if I had done anything else, I would not have this freedom. I would not be living this life. I would not have just slept until 12 p.m. or I would not have, just gone on a vacation out of blue. Like, yeah. So it's been crazy. I had never thought that I would be living this life after I went nursing school for 4 years.
Yeah, no, definitely. I still remember us having that chat where, you mentioned you're actually really contemplating whether to, stick with nursing or high ticket sales, obviously depending on you, but regardless, if you do want to go back into nursing in the future, or if you just want to focus strictly on high ticket sales, it's still gonna open up many doors for you in the future. And sales, everyone needs sales, no matter what they do in life. So completely hear you. And with one thing about yourself is you achieved good results in a very short amount of time. So if you can just explain to the audience, right, how long it took you to obviously acquire a role, which you mentioned it was a couple of months, but actually seriously doing it. Like, what was your last month's income, like just from yourself being in the high ticket sales space, and we'll go from there.
Right. So it actually took me 2 months. Yeah, it took me 2 months to land this role that I'm in. And yeah, I was just very consistent with it. I knew that I have to do something. So I was very consistent. I did not like back up when I was feeling very low due to like not being in a good offer, because it was pretty urgent for me, right, to like have a good role. So I'm sorry, I forgot your question.
Yeah, no worries. So like, what was your last month's income?
Okay, yeah. So my last month's income was $4,100.
Okay. And obviously you're based in Nepal right now, right? that equates to, I don't know how much that is, like in terms of math. My math's pretty bad, but yeah, like obviously that amount that you're making, like I don't know what the average salary is in Nepal, or even outside of Nepal, even if we're talking like Australia, UK, overseas, like making 4K within a span of what, 3 months, right? Or how long was it?
3 months.
Yeah. So after you really going in harder and within the span of 3 months, you making 4K, and obviously it can only go higher from here, right? So for people that always say, "Oh, it sounds too good to be true," like
Yeah.
that, like what tips do you have for them?
Yeah, obviously, it sounded too good to be true for me as well. Until I actually received the money in my account, I was still skeptical until then, right? I knew this offer was legit, but until that money had hit my bank account, I was like still skeptical, right? So yeah, it obviously feels like it's too good to be true when you're in like Nepal and you hear these people, they're earning in dollars and everything. But I'll say if you are like consistent with it, if you're actually putting in the work and staying resilient and putting in that actual work, then yeah, it's definitely possible. With that being said, it's not like you're gonna earn 5,000 in a day or in a week, right? It's obviously gonna take time, but you'll obviously get there if you are very consistent with it, and if you are very like resilient and you don't fall down when there are like bad days.
No, of course, 100%, completely agree with you. And in terms of sales as well, like, do you feel like you've also changed as a person after educating yourself in sales? And obviously, because with sales, right, you have to be communicating with other individuals, but the beauty is it's online, it's remote.
Right.
Would you think that you've seen a change within yourself, like from literally, I mean, 5, 6 months ago, as opposed to who you are right now? Like, can you see the difference?
Right, yeah, definitely. I definitely feel like I have become a lot more grateful and appreciative of like everything and everyone in my life, because I speak with so many women in a daily basis, right? And they're like struggling with so much, and I have to hear so much, and they've actually been through so much, and I hear these people who have been through hell and back, and they're still doing in that work. They're still like very optimistic that they want to change their life. So I think I've learned that from sales, or like from these offers that I've been in, the grit that people have, that they can do it no matter how bad situations they've ended up in. And sometimes like it's pretty bad with these like people. They have faced like so much in their lives, and that just makes me, I've even like cried in some calls. I'm like when I like hear these people like speak about their journey, right? Yeah, so I definitely feel like I've been very grateful, and I'm just like very appreciative of everything. And I just have this in me that if I go through a very bad situation, I know that I'll just get back up like in no long time. I'll just get back up and like start putting in that work. I think, yeah, it just has made me like very optimistic and grateful and appreciative of like everything.
No, that's amazing. And what does your like personal question, right? But like, do you tell your parents you're doing high ticket sales, or not really?
Right. No, they know. I don't think they know like what high ticket sales and like everything. My brother knows, and my mom does not know like a lot. She just knows I speak with these people on calls and I make money. That's all she knows. My mom's a single mother, so she's been very supportive of it, and my brother, he's also like been very supportive. So yeah, they're like pretty chill, and they're very happy that I'm doing great for myself, because I find them like hearing sometimes, and thank God she has this job, because if she had gone back to like nursing and working in hospital, she would be kicked out in like a month or two, because of my like attitude, or my just day-to-day schedule.
Yeah, no, that's really good to hear. That's really good to hear. And I think, yeah, like especially with sales, like basically, like with high ticket sales and remote sales, you are basically just helping people. Like
Right.
as simple as it sounds, like regardless if you are an appointment setter or if you are a closer, you are there to help people, and you're there to change someone's current situation into their desired situation, and you're just giving them
Right.
an extra push.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you kind of might know it by now, right? Having spoken to a lot of people, not a lot of people are really happy with their current situation.
Right. Yeah.
Like based off like the calls that I've reviewed, because I reviewed quite a lot of like sales calls for my closers and every other people, right? And every single time someone jumps on a call where they want to make money online, or they want to improve their fitness, or they want to learn e-commerce or learn trading or whatever it may be, right? They're always not happy with their current situation, but
Yeah.
for some reason they're a little bit fearful to take that step forward.
Right.
The closer comes in or the setter comes in and just explains to them in that expertise level. So you're not really starting a business. You know,
Right.
you're a remote sales rep, because people think high ticket sales, it's you're opening up your own business. I mean, you are somewhat like a self-employed, right? You don't really have a boss, but you do have someone that you have to give information to. Just
Right.
offer is making more money, so you're making more
Yeah.
money, you know? So for someone that's wanting to make money online, right, or someone's venturing into how they can improve their current situation, like what would you suggest them, or what message do you have for them?
Yeah. I just have to say, if you never try, you'll never know. So just do it. I know the most difficult and fearful thing is to get started, but just like get over that fear, or do it with fear, but just do it. Just take
Yeah.
that first step. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, no, that's great. And also another one, because obviously you're a nursing or graduate, right? Like I know there's a lot of nurses that also wants to get into high ticket sales and that are in our
Right.
program, that, you know, are already nurses or are like healthcare assistants and stuff like that. So for someone who is a nurse right now, what message do you have for them that wants to escape the nurse? Obviously, like they don't have to leave their job and start high ticket sales or anything
Yeah.
like that, but what message do you have for them?
Yeah. I just say, if you don't want to get burnt out your whole life, just don't hold back and maybe like take that step if you're not happy, because some people are actually happy in healthcare as well, right? So if you're happy, like keep doing it, but if you're not happy, you don't have to like keep doing it. There's a lot of options. It's just a matter of you actually taking that step and believing in yourself. So if you're not happy somewhere, you can just leave anytime. I just have like to
Yeah.
say that.
No, that's great. I'm sure a lot of people are gonna watch this and kind of, you know, be inspired by yourself as well, because obviously it's not really been that long since you've been in this space, you know.
Right.
It's literally been like actual serious, it's been like 3-4 months, right? Whereas obviously you did join December, but more so it was like a couple of months since you did start taking it seriously. So do you genuinely feel like it's hard, like high ticket?
No, it's not. When you're like just joining in, when you're pretty new to everything, it can be a little bit confusing, as of like, where do I start from? Like, how is it gonna work? Is it actually gonna work for me? But once you actually learn what it is, and once you actually like do all the role plays and start outreaching, and I would say it just gives you a lot of confidence once you land the first role, because until then, you're just very fearful, right? But it's just until you land your first role, and and you can change your life.
It does really sound like cringy, right? When we say like,
Right.
oh, it changed,
Yeah.
but
Right.
like as cliche as it sounds, it's like it's actually true, you know.
Right.
And
Yeah.
what's next for you then? Like
Yeah.
next for yourself, because obviously it's not really been that long since you've been in this space, right? But
Right.
what's next for you in the next couple of months, or even by the end of this year? Is it continuing to be setting and closing, or is it more in a different venture?
Right. So I definitely do want to become a closer. And after that, in long term, I want to be a sales manager. Like whenever that is, obviously I have to like learn a lot of things, a lot of skills, a lot of like long way to go. But obviously I want to just be a sales manager and maybe move out of my country and stay somewhere.
Yeah.
Just like you.
So Aisha, obviously you've been in this ticket sales space for some time now. In terms of the realistic earnings that you can make, right? Can you just share in terms of how much a setter would make and how much a closer would make, like realistic figures?
Yeah, so when you're a setter, it really depends on the offer as well, but the setter is ultimately gonna get like 5 to 10% commissions, right? So if you're on a legit offer, that's doing good, you can definitely make anywhere from 5 to 10,000, because obviously a team member of ours, like Scale Academy, he also made almost 10K, right, last month. So it's definitely possible when you're just putting in that work, and if you're able to maybe do 2 offers, then you can definitely scale almost 10K or more than that. And if you're a closer, you're gonna get 10 to 15% commission. So you're definitely gonna make like more than 10,000.
Yeah.
Or even 20,000. Or if you're in a like good offer, like very good offer, and if you have some like very good experience, then it's obviously gonna be like 20K plus as well.
Yeah, no, exactly. At the end of the day, it just all depends on your skill set,
Right.
because you might be on a very good offer, but if you don't know how to close, then you make zero. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we have a lot of closers like who I think closed only one deal this like last month, but the another closer, the top closer, made 16 point something thousand USD. So it really depends on like your skill set as well.
Yeah, exactly. That's why, as I always say to each member that does join our program, initially, I always tell them, learn to walk before you want to run. Like, educate yourself first, learn the fundamentals, then we can get you a role. Like, finding anyone a role is not the hard part. The hard
Right.
part is actually like learning the fundamentals first, and then obviously, going into finding these roles. But just always making sure that the skill set is there first, not 100%, at a level where you've got the basics right. And after,
Right.
definitely the money will come.
Yeah. Obviously, you're just gonna, with sales, you can like earn and learn, right? So when I was first joining this offer as well, I would see my skill set was like in 60. So once I like actually started like putting in the reps and started doing it every day, then I could just see it improving a lot.
Yeah.
In just a matter of like short time. And I have had my like colleagues say that to me as well, and they thought that I was doing it for a year or so, but when I say like this is my first legit offer, they were like, what, no way.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. I mean, and you were the top setter initially, was that correct?
Right. I was just putting in a lot of dials. So I did great last month. So yeah, last month was definitely the best.
Okay, nice, nice. No, it's only onwards and upwards from here. Obviously, keep doing what you're doing. And do you have any final suggestions? Anyone that's going to be watching this from all over the world, do you have any message for them?
Yeah, right. I would say if you're not happy doing something, or if you're not happy somewhere, you can get out of it. It's just up to you, and it's just you. You have to take that decision for yourself, because if you're not gonna take that decision to change your life for yourself, no one's gonna do it. So yeah, like do it with or without fear, just do it.
Yeah. Cool. Well, Aisha, thank you so much for obviously coming on and sharing your value. You're obviously doing great, and I have no doubt that you'll even, do greater going forward. So yeah, let's keep crushing it, and yeah, we'll go from there. But thank you for coming in as well. Do you have any final points before we end it off?
Oh, really, thank you so much for having me. Obviously, you've been there like in my journey and helping me and guiding me and just bearing me when I was just texting you and sending all these voice notes and call reviews. So yeah, I'm just very grateful that I'm here and you're here to like help me just go upwards.
Cool. Amazing. No, I'm there to help. But yeah, guys, thank you guys. Obviously, you've seen Aisha's story, and we've got many more, obviously individuals that are killing it right in our private community. And not just Aisha, we've got so many members that are doing really well. And if this is something of interest for yourself, where you do want to make a change, or you just have that slight feeling that you can definitely change your current situation, whether that's your current job, or you just want to make more money, then obviously I'm not saying do high ticket sales. It is for you. Obviously, it's not for everyone, but it's definitely a good vehicle that can open up more doors for you in the future, and can definitely, as cringy as it sounds, again, change your your life in a way. So the decision is yours. At the end of the day, it's just up to you whether you're going to make that change or not. So I'll leave the link in the description so you can book a call with one of our team that will be able to explain, more about high ticket sales and see if you are the right fit for us or not. But yeah, thank you, Aisha, and thank you guys for obviously watching this. Make sure to subscribe